Afternoon Live. If you are looking for some additional income, the answer could be in your own closet. Here with tips on how to get started as a reseller, we welcome Laura Cano. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
So tell me about how you came to reselling, because you had a whole different career just a couple years ago.
Yeah, so I was a registered nurse for 13 years. I got started reselling just to pay a little bit of stuff every month. We were needing to pay for our kids' club traveling fees. If you have kids and they're in sports, it's a lot of money. And then we also wanted to take our first family vacation. And so we started reselling items in our home, in our closet, kid stuff, electronics. And so that's how we got started. And it kind of just snowballed a little bit from there. We started working on the weekends and evenings, reselling stuff, and it surpassed my nursing salary. And so we kind of just took a chance and retired from nursing, and now this is our full-time job.
That's very cool. So us at home, if we're kind of thinking about dabbling in this, we can get into reselling without necessarily making it our full-time gig. And you have some good ideas to get started, like you said, just stuff that you don't need in your own home anymore.
Yeah, you would be surprised how much you have in your own house, your closet, your kids' closets, toys they don't play with anymore, tools, vintage items. There's a lot of stuff that you can start with without having to kind of go out and buy any other inventory. Yeah.
Is there any wisdom or just trial and error in terms of what's going to sell, what's going to make you a good profit?
Yeah, we do. So we actually help teach other resellers how they can start their own business. And so we help them we call it sold comp. And so we look up sold comps on several of the selling platforms like Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. And so you can kind of, you can see what's going to sell good, how much profit you could possibly get. And so that's how we determine what the things that we buy now. Make sure we do have good profit.
Yeah, and so kind of beginning with just one platform at a time, kind of researching what they're like and maybe what works for you best.
Yeah. So we have them start with at least one platform, just get comfortable with it, learn it, how to ship things. They are all pretty easy. They're very user-friendly, easy to figure out, but there's so many platforms that you can sell on right now. So it's pretty easy to get started and make a couple $100 or a couple of $1,000, whatever you need.
And free shipping supplies, a lot of people don't realize, right from USPS. Can you actually have them sent to you as well?
Yeah, so your local post office has a whole area of free shipping supplies, or you can go online, create an account, and they will ship shipping supplies directly to your front door. So it's really convenient.
That's awesome. And getting started, you recommend listing one new item each day. Does that help you kind of build your platform and get into some good practice?
It helps the algorithm on those platforms. They like to see you active on those platforms, and so that's how we started out, just listing at least one item a day, be active, send offers, things like that is helpful.
Kind of interacting with other people as well to get more visibility for your own closet or whatever you have going on.
Yeah, for sure, yes.
Okay, and then as you gain more confidence and you're more adept at everything, you can actually cross-list on multiple platforms at a time.
Yeah, so there's several software platforms that you can use to do this, and we have one that we use, and so it makes it very streamlined, easy, and we can cross this up to 10 platforms with one item. So it does make your sales go a lot quicker, get your product in front of more people.
Okay, and I know that you have tons of stuff coming and going constantly. How do you stay organized, and how would you recommend people getting started?
Definitely that type of inventory software does help a lot, because that is like my brain. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't know where things are stored or how much we paid for an item. And so I started with just like plastic Rubbermaid bins. I labeled them and I knew exactly where that product was going to be when it sold. And so it's really is just, I keep it as simple as possible. So that's how we started, and we still run it that way.
And then as you build a business like you have, you're actually going out and shopping and finding things and lots of different formats, right? Some thrift stores, some pallets and things like that.
Yeah, so the majority of our stuff is from thrift stores. There's thrift store outlets, discount retail stores, and then we also have started buying liquidation pallets as well this past year. So you can be profitable in any niche, a lot of different ways to find product to resell.
I saw on your Instagram these really cool Louis Vuitton branded tote bags that you had come across a large supply of, and I was like, of course people are going to want to buy those. That's so cool.
That was a very random, lucky find. But yeah, we found a pallet of Louis Vuitton tote bags. They do museum collaborations around the world, which is really cool. And so those came from, if you bought a ticket to that event, those were the bags that were given to those people. And so it's overstock items, which that's majority of pallet stuff. It's overstock inventory, and they're trying to turn a profit on their end, and it works out for us.
Yeah, that's super interesting. Does the sort of desire or temptation to keep things as you're shopping, does that go down over time? Because I feel like I would just want to keep the cool stuff.
Oh, for sure. I have 2 girls, and so they definitely kept a Louis Vuitton bag. My niece has one. And even this year, reselling has taught me to actually be a little bit more minimalistic in my wardrobe. I think when you're thrifting, you see the overabundance of stuff that people get rid of. And so it does open your eyes to like the consumption of product and clothing that we have in our country. So
great perspective.
That was very good. I didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah.
So
hey, thank you so much for chatting with us today. That was great learning experience.
Thank you so much for having us.
Of course, and we'll have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.